So guys, tons of you with Toyota Hiluxes with these factory screens wanted to be able to run two different cameras. So whether that be a front camera, caravan, trailer, bike, boat, whatever, you wanted to be able to run two cameras off this factory screen without having a separate one mounted on the dash or the mirror somewhere. So we created a plug and play T-piece harness for you that won't void any warranty. Comes with a factory style camera switch here, so you can see that there. That will mount in any of the factory locations, and we give you a DIY video on how to install this really easy. You only need a couple of tools, probably take you about 15 minutes to do, but you can run the factory reverse camera and a secondary camera. So this is really one of those high requested items for you guys out there. It'll suit anything from 2014 right through to 2018, whether you have the factory reverse camera or an aftermarket style. We design it for both, and it gives you this secondary input for any type of reverse camera. So let's show you how to install that now. It's only going to need a couple of tools. We're only going to need a 10mm socket, a pry bar to get some of the panels off, and just a little stumpy Phillips head screwdriver, but so easy. So let's jump into that. Okay guys, first step is these two little screws under your Speedo console. They're just a Phillips head screwdriver, and you want to use something stumpy just so you can get in this area, but they're just gonna turn lightly anti-clockwise and they pull out. They're called a scrivet. They're actually not called a screw of any type. Very simple and easy to remove, but the key to those two, so there's one on the left here, one on the right, is just do it lightly, because they do actually just push back in. If you have too much pressure, they won't undo. It's really just a baby touch on them, really. So as you can see, this is how they pull out. So this is the entire scrivet here, so I'll show you over here in a bit of the light. It's just a center console scrivet. It just pulls out of the center there. You got the two pieces, so when we put it back in, we'll put that bit in first, push this in, and it pushes all the way up in. So that's what you're doing there. So we'll get those two out, and you want to pop this panel off. So you're just going to put a little bit of a screw or a lever behind this and sort of pop it down a bit. Very hard to do here, hang on, there you go. Just gonna pop that forward. This one here still has the scrivet inside it, that's why it's being a little bit difficult. There we go, just pop that down. This is the scrivet here, still stuck in there, so you can see I just pop that out. And then you're just gonna pop all that forward, so you can see it pop out all around the Speedo there, the cluster. And that gives us a bit of room on this left-hand side. You don't have to pull it all the way out, but this next step is to get this silver paneling off, so you need to have those clips out, all right? From there, I'm gonna go through and pull the silver paneling off. Again, we're just gonna use that little pry bar. This is a plastic non-marring pry bar, but it's much like a spatula that you would use in your house. And this will just pull forward. It's just some little clips that are holding it in place. Very easy. Oh, well, I say easy, but that was a bit tighter there. There we go. This pops off, and I'll flip it over. You can see just those push-on clips is the way that it actually comes off. You mount that on your dash, just be careful not to scratch anything. Guys, along the bottom here, the climate control, you want to pop that out. Again, these non-marring pry bars are really the easiest way. You're just going to push it in there and pop it forward. And as you can see, that just clips out. It goes all the way along there, and you can lever it down. Now, you guys out there, if you've never done this before, you want to put some cloths down just to make sure you're not going to damage anything, but that whole bottom section will come out. From here, you can pull off this left-hand side. It's a little bit, I would suggest probably pulling it out. It's not that hard to do. Again, you're going to pull the vent out on the left-hand side here. It'll just pull forward. You can get your fingernails behind it. And this whole section will come out. So make sure to open this up before you pull it out. Very easy. And if I show you this side, you can actually see the air vent will pop out as well. So there you go, it actually sits behind the glove box section, so you can pull that out first. And that's gonna give you a bit of room to work without scratching any of the factory panels. We're gonna put this on the bench quickly. Guys, you've got 4 bolts, top right, top left, bottom right, bottom left. There are 10mm sockets, or they are a Phillips head screwdriver. You can use a Phillips head, but we tend to use a 10mm because you're not gonna strip the screws out, just in case they're a little bit tight, because these are put in by machine generally, so they can be very tight. You want to make sure you're just not going to drop any of these screws. They are an aluminium, so they don't really stick 100% great to magnetic screwdrivers because of the makeup of them. So you just got to be careful when you pull it out like that, just not to drop them into your dash. Otherwise, you could get some rattles. And you're just going to undo them lightly. That one's almost going to drop. There we go. And that is pretty much the hardest part about pulling these dashes apart. This section in the center will just pull forward now. It is clipped, so these have a little bit of pressure. So you're just gonna use a bit of tough love to get those things out. And there we go. On the left-hand side here, I'll show you in just a second, we're just gonna undo this seat belt clip because it makes it very, very tight, and I'll show you once we undo it. There we go. So on the left here, you've got this seat belt icon. This is not on all vehicles, not on the Workmate, it's a very base model, but it's on the SR, SR5, and that's a very short cable. So what you do is you put your hand behind there, and the top there is a push down locator. So you would push that in and then pull it out, okay? And that's on the back of this part here, very easy to push back in the end. Now, stepping up to the install, it is gonna be very easy because this is just a T-piece harness. You'll see 4 plugs and they're in a row. One's a 28 pin, one's a 24 pin, I believe, and they're just gonna T-harness into the back of these wires here. And I'll show you, you already have these 2 plugs in the car. Now, this car is using a factory reverse camera, so there's a genuine Toyota one. So this is what the plugs will look like. If you do not have a genuine Toyota, you'll have an aftermarket camera plug coming in, but it will still have this plug in it, okay guys? So you wanna unplug that there, and unplug the 28 pin next to it, so these 2. And simply, what we're gonna do is T-piece this straight in. So it'll just plug in one way, camera in, that's one, and there's the other side of it that will go back into the car side or the stereo side. So that's one of them done. And here's the second one. So can you hold this left-hand side up for me, Dave? And the left-hand side one, we're gonna clip that one in. So you might just want to put something under the dash there and scratch it. That's why we've been a little bit cautious here. And that will T-piece in. So just move the loom around. It's just a loom so you can move it into the back, into the factory location. And it is a pass-through T-piece, so it's not anything that you have to worry about. And then what we have left is the switch. Now, we've left about 1 meter on this so you can do it on the driver's side of the car. If you want those switches, there's some blanks over the left-hand side, or straight under the stereo, there is some as well. And now, what you can see here is another stereo plug, or this is a camera input plug. So this may be black, or we may make it yellow, but just be aware it'll be the only one there. And that's to run your secondary camera. So if you ran your secondary camera, you would plug it in there, and you can power on this switch. So we'll just push the switch, and that will power that up, and that will switch over to the secondary camera. So we're gonna push this in. I'm gonna show you just quickly how to do the bottom switches, and we'll power this up while we're doing it. So down the bottom here, let's have a bit of light. Can we get a bit of light in here? Let's show you. What we'll do is I'll grab a light and we'll light this up a little bit better. I'm gonna run the switch around the bottom here, so be careful to go around. Come out the bottom. I'm gonna put this in, and I'm gonna go grab you a light, just so you can see what we're doing a little bit better. Okay, just gonna sit that there. So guys, so under the center console is these blanks, and this is what you want to get to. There is some on the driver's side as well, and these just simply pop out, but they're clipped in from the top, and we found the easiest way is to use the small Phillips head that you've got for the shroud to actually put it up and behind and then clip down. And I'll show you what we're gonna do once I get it out. We're gonna put that in there, we're gonna push down on it and clip it forward. So let me get it out for you guys. There we go. Pop it out, so I'll get the light back and I'll show you how they clip in. So this is it here, and you'll see this clips, just, let me move the light back, give you a better light there. So these clips just gotta push down. They're locking tabs on either side. You can see the scrape marks of where I pushed it down. You push them in together or one side and it'll pop out. So that's the easiest way to get those out. Once you've done that, you can push it from the back to do that. Then you just take the new switch. This is our new switch. It's got a locking tab on the back of it. Just gonna undo that as well. There we go. Excuse the light now, I'll get rid of this light. Just gonna run that round from the back. So it's very hard in here, guys, and not the greatest light, but you'll get the idea. Run the switch through the center console, plug it back in, and we can push that into the center there. So there you go.